Hey, welcome back to Mildly Overplanted. Today I actually want to show you guys a little bit of my harvest that I have gotten, and I also wanted to do a quick run through of my garden. Nothing too crazy. Things are really starting to take off and I wanted to show you all the cool things. Okay, welcome. Things are starting to get pretty productive in here. I have also moved things around a bit. And I'm still dealing with some mild pests, but I mean, that's going to happen in a garden. So the last time I ended up coming on and talking was probably about 2 weeks ago. And I decided I kind of wanted to wait a couple weeks to post a video just because things, I notice things growing in a week, but sometimes other people might not see anything, like any progress. So I wanted to do a 2-week break. Also, the wildfires in Canada hit and you couldn't really come outside in my area. It was very hard to breathe. You could really feel it in your throat. I can only imagine the people of Canada and what they had to go through dealing with all that. So I just hope it gets better. That's all you can do. But anyways, I'm going to show you now a little bit about the garden and some of the progress that I have made and things that are growing. So I have been fighting powdery mildew on my zucchini plants, and it has traveled to my snap peas. I have picked up something online. I forget what it's called. I'll insert what it was here. And I made a concoction and I sprayed it all over these, trying to just get some of them to become healthy again. And some are. I'm starting to get some snap peas again, which is good. I was really unhappy with my bean productivity. I literally only got a handful. And you can see there's tons of bean bushes over here, but I just wasn't getting a lot. So I didn't know what the problem was. So I ordered another variety. I think they're called Derby. And I planted like 6 more plants, and they're starting to grow. Like, they're starting to come up. Like, you could see one right here, a couple back here. I think I also planted a couple in the back because I really want beans. I love green beans. Then if you come over here, my cranberry beans are really taking off. And I'm still trying to figure out about these beans, like how to prepare them if I wanted to save seeds and things like that. But the pods, they start off really like green, like this one right here. And then they start to develop that like pinkish purple color. And then they start to turn into this right here. And it's so cool. Like, I love this. I think it's amazing. But yeah, there's a ton. I haven't really picked any off the vine yet, just because, like I said, I've never grown these before and I got them from a friend. I ended up planting those flowers back here, and they are still itty bitty. I don't think they're getting enough sun, and that's okay. I decided to go in and plant some rattlesnake pole beans. I planted rattlesnake pole beans, and look at them. They're doing so good. They're starting to already use the trellis, which was the whole point of me planting all this stuff over here. So I have a whole line of them coming up, which is cool. And then I have the Chinese yard beans over here, and they are also starting to trellis, which is so cool. So I love that. You can just see it. Look at how cool and intricate this looks. And they just keep going. Like, oh wow, I didn't realize how high this one went. But so cool. I can't wait till they start producing. Since the last time you were in my garden, all of my like little watermelon, I think it was a sugar baby melon, I didn't have any watermelons on it yet. Now I have 3. 2 are itty bitty, and then the other one is like a little bit bigger, which is really cool. And then I ended up having the butternut squash and the spaghetti squash. I actually have a spaghetti squash on, which is pretty sick. The butternut squash, I don't have anything yet. So, but like, this is how they're doing so far. So if you come in close right here, this is my spaghetti squash plant, and this is my first one. I ordered this netting off Amazon, and it's just for your produce, and they come in like these real thin like sticks kind of, but mesh, and you can like spread the mesh out. See how it like gets wider and wider. So that's essentially what I did, just to give it like a little extra support. I could have gotten pantyhose or something, but I couldn't find an affordable pantyhose, I guess, so. And then again over here, the watermelon plant. The second one I had is finally starting to take off. It's really cool. I can see that I have a baby right here if it got pollinated. And the other one is doing great. I'm looking at it and I have this one right here. And it looks so cool. Another one. And another one. Something I'm really impressed with is my cucumber plants. I ended up planting 2 varieties. I think it was something 76. I'll write that down. And the Early Fortunes. Most of the Market More 76, that's what it was. I ended up planting those all in this corner right here. And then I ended up planting the Early Fortunes after, just because I wanted to have a second variety. So look at how cool this is. I ended up picking 2 cucumbers so far, and 2 more are about to be picked, and then there's like several on the vine. Look at how cool this is. So I have a couple more that I just recently started, like this one. And it's just flowering and trellising up the stick that I have in here, pole, sorry. And then I have another one over here, trellising all the way up. And you can see that there's a cucumber right here. And it's just going all the way up. I have another one over here, and you can see a cucumber. Again, this is a very cramped area, but I did this to myself. And there's another one, another one. Again, if these all got pollinated, which I'm finally getting pollinators in the garden. Then I also have these ones right here, and they're getting long. And these ones are supposed to get like medium sized. I didn't know that, so I picked them when they were like around this size. So I'm actually gonna give this another like day or 2 and then pick it. Look at how cool that is. Little teeny bee in there doing its pollinating. I love it. So far, my Missouri pink tomatoes are doing really good. I'm starting to get a couple on the vine. Again, I put this little mesh right here. I don't know how big it's supposed to get. I mean, I hear between 1 to 2 pounds, so hopefully that's what happens. And then I have 2 more over here. Super cool. Well, 3 technically, I guess. But they're indeterminate, so they're still gonna get taller. But so far, I got a couple, which feels great. Haven't seen any pests, which is great. Got another one over here. This one got bigger overnight, actually. How big that is. As for my other tomato plants, my Romas are doing pretty good. There's the one right there and this one. Hopefully, I mean, it's starting to flower a little bit, so hopefully I'll end up getting some Romas soon. And then my cherry tomatoes. This one I had to clear out some room. It just was not getting that much sun and it was gonna fail. So I tried to move the zucchini plants a bit. This one is doing great, starting to flower. And then the other ones over here, these are the Napa Chardonnay, and I swear overnight I ended up getting a couple more because I didn't see this many on here. Like, I'm so excited, I can't wait to get some cherry tomatoes. I wonder what the yellow ones taste like. I bet delicious. Peppers. I don't know if I should have picked this one. The plant just didn't get super big, but I let it go. So the plant isn't as tall as the second one right here. And you can see this one's much taller, and I have 3 peppers on this one. So nice. This one is just my bell pepper that I grew from seed. It never really got very big, but I have high hopes, so. Again, these 4 are the store-bought ones right here. And then that one I grew. I also ended up growing this one right here. And this one is my Nata. And this one actually is getting pretty big. That is my banana pepper one. And I think looks pretty good. I think I'm gonna get some on here at some point. Okay, so I'm a little bit disappointed. These tomato plants look incredible. Like, look at the stalk, they look very healthy. I keep putting dirt on the base to help with you know, the roots getting covered, because you can see the roots right now are sticking out over here. But then I water and then the roots come back out again. But this is my pineapple tomatoes, and I'm getting tons of flowers, but so far no fruits. So I'm really hoping to get some fruits on here soon. I have 5 total. I had this one over here, and it's a little smaller. I just decided to give it a shot, and I just didn't want to like get rid of the plant. So we're gonna see if something happens, but I ended up getting 5 of the pineapple tomatoes. Just hopefully I end up getting a couple actual tomatoes. Then I planted some herbs in here because I am planning to do some preservation. I actually did that in a lot of different places. Like I put some cilantro in this one over here, and it's just starting to sprout. And back behind here I have Genovese basil because I really wanted some Italian basil, and then more purple basil right here, and it's all coming up. And in between the zucchini I had originally started the purple basil, and it looks beautiful. It's coming up nicely. And on the other side I have Thai basil, and that's also coming up really nicely. And it smells so good. Like, I love it. Great for stir fries, by the way. As you can see, the zucchini look kind of crazy. I, of course, decided to put them right in the middle of the garden, and they take up the most room. And that's okay. Same with the patty pan. So this one is patty pan. This one's zucchini, 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 patty pan, patty pan. So I actually just did some hardcore pruning on the zucchini, and when you do that, you end up slowing the photosynthesis, I think is the correct word, because the plants need the leaves to feed the plant, and I just chopped a ton of them off. I ended up getting that powdery mildew, as I said, so I sprayed that chemical. I ended up ordering a sprayer, and I ended up just spraying all the plants down, and I guess you're supposed to do it after a really big rain because it'll wash off the leaves. So I just sprayed it 2 days ago. It rained like the day before that, so hopefully that helps and it slows it down. But like I said, the plants have they're on halt with production. They're starting to flower again. I did a really heavy prune, I would say like 2 or 3 days ago on all of them. Okay, not all of them, because this patty pan, I probably did some pruning like a week ago. And same with this zucchini, you can see that I definitely did some pruning over here. This one is fine. Oh, the wind. I would say I heavy pruned this one back here, and yes, that's tin foil at the base, just to try and prevent squash bugs from getting in. So far I've been lucky, but I have caught quite a few of them. Not massive amounts of them, but I have caught some. And I've been checking under the leaves almost daily just to make sure I don't see any squash bug eggs and things like that. But the plants look healthy for the most part, so I'm very grateful. But yeah, I did a heavy prune on these 2 back here like 2 days ago. But I have fruit in there. Like, you can see it, you can see the leaves, so it wants to come back. So fingers crossed I get more zucchini soon. So I just started a couple more seeds. I have it all labeled. I have a few broccolis, Brussels sprouts, and cauliflower, and cabbage, all in here. And I planted these about 2 days ago. Then these 3 right here are cucumbers, and I planted those this morning, actually. It might be too late to plant more cucumbers, but I wanted to plant more cucumbers in this area right here with this fence. And I did. I planted seeds like probably 2-3 weeks ago. And then I planted more. And something is like, I don't know if something is right there and it's just eating the seeds, or the birds are coming in. So I figured maybe if I start them in trays and they start to get a little bit bigger, they will have a fighting chance. So that's why I just planted 3 more, and we'll see if they come up. And when they start to get a little bit big, I'll transplant them into the ground over here with the beans, because at some point I'm going to have to pull the beans. So, but also I hope I get more beans, because that would be awesome. As for my eggplant, I felt like it was getting too much shade. So I ended up moving my potato plant over, and I don't think this will be a permanent residency for it, but for right now I moved it. It's starting to get heavy since I filled it up so high with dirt. Eggplant still on the struggle bus. You can see all the little holes, all these little black beetles. I've sprayed the dead bug, and I don't know if it helped it. Maybe I'm not spraying it enough. I don't know. but it says you're not supposed to spray it like every day. It says like every few days. Yeah, these little black beetles. Pain in my butt. And they also seem to attack my other eggplant. This was the one that I grew, and you can just see all the holes in the leaves. And then I think the beetle started to get onto my pepper. That was the Natapenia. I was kind of upset. I'm wondering if it's just the plant's not mature enough and that's what's going on with the pepper plants. I understand beetles love eggplants, so I get why they're attacking the eggplants, but the peppers, come on, man, come on. So hopefully I end up getting a bunch of peppers, because I would love to make some stuffed peppers. I'd love to freeze some peppers, ooh, or use it in pasta sauce or something. So my birthday is coming up, the end of August. Woo, so exciting. So I treated myself. I bought myself a pressure canner from, I think it's called 4 Jars. They're a newer brand to my knowledge. I mean, not like super new, but newer, I guess. And I don't have $600 to spend on the other brand. It's like All American or something. I would really love to have that. I think it'd be cool, but I just don't, right now I just don't see that as a purchase. So I started off with something a little bit cheaper. Found a pressure canner on their site for, I feel like it was like $179 something. Don't quote me on that. And then I ended up ordering 2 sets of their 32-ounce canning jars. And then it came with a bunch of like stuff for canning, so I'm super excited. So I guess in a few days that should arrive. So I can't wait to start preserving sauces with the tomatoes and everything. I'm so excited for whenever my pressure canner arrives so that I can open the box. I ended up ordering, okay, my husband ordered this. I saw a YouTuber, I can't remember their name right now. It was just a random YouTube video, and they had this really cool contraption. They had a massive garden. I was really jealous. To be honest, it was more like a homestead, like a farm. But anyways, they had this contraption on the edge of their counter, and then they had it like a stool that they had placed like under the counter with like a giant stock pot, and then they were putting their tomatoes in the grinder like up top, and then the sauce was just coming down into the giant pot that they had. And so I kind of want to do that. I just got one. I'll have to look up the name of it and find out, but I just ordered that. Well, my husband ordered that, and I can't wait to start using that with all the tomatoes and then pressure canning it. Okay, so back here I ended up replanting a few things. I ended up planting another round of carrots, and you can see that they're starting to come up, which is cool. So hopefully I'll get like 2 rounds of carrots if this is growing correctly, which I don't think I have them too close together. Maybe that one might be a little close, so we'll just pull that out. But I've been kind of slowly thinning them when needed. But I can't wait to see how those turn out. And then this is my kale. And I planted like another round of kale, as you can see. And then I think I planted just regular Bettina red beets back here, which I overplanted. So let me just thin these ones out a little. Ooh, I planted like way too many in here. Okay. And then I feel like this was my remaining cabbage, but we'll see. This is my lettuce. And I'm very proud of this little bit of lettuce because of that virus that's been going around. I don't think anybody wants diarrhea. So some nice healthy lettuce that you know how it was treated. It looks so healthy and delicious. Okay, I decided just to come inside for a minute and take a moment to tell you that it was just literally called the tomato sauce maker. And it has like a chute at the very top where you put your tomatoes in, and then I guess it just grinds it up. It's more commercialized versus independent where like you have to turn everything. So I think it's just like a button and it'll grind it. And it'll separate the seeds out and the pulp and all that. Anywho, I am going to take a moment now and I'm going to recharge my camera because I guess it decided to get really low. And I am going to set up because I have a few zucchini that I ended up picking the other day. And I just wanted to show you the steps that I'm going to take to essentially preserve them because I can't eat 5 zucchini very quickly. I have 2 cucumbers and I want to pickle them, but I ran out of vinegar and I need to go to the grocery store and get vinegar because I have no idea how to make vinegar. I guess I could look it up, but something tells me it might take a minute to do that. So yeah. Okay, hey everyone, welcome back. It's about approximately 2 days later from the garden tour that I just showed you on this video. I have collected a few things and I would like to start preserving some of them. So I have a collection of zucchinis. I have one patty pan right now, but I have like 6 right now outside. They're growing quickly. I also have like 3 more zucchinis out there. I also have, let's see, right now I think I have about 5 or 6 cucumbers in the fridge soaking in cold water. And I'm waiting because I have like 11 more out there. And I want to take all the cucumbers and I want to make pickles. And that's a whole other thing. I'll probably make a separate video for the pickles. But for today, I just wanted to show you some mild preservation, I guess, with my zucchini. So, I love zucchini. I could eat it almost every day. My husband, he could usually take a little break on zucchini. But anyways, that's the point. So, I was told this is a very good way to save your zucchini. Take a baking tray or a big tray of some sort, line it with some parchment paper, okay? I'm going to just put this aside right now. Get your cutting board out and then decide how you want to cut your zucchini, whether you want to quarter it, whether you want it to be like slices, however. To be honest, I haven't really thought much about it. So, let's see. So I like to start obviously by cutting the top off. And this zucchini kind of grew a little bit weird. I mean, like, look at it. But I'll take it. I think it was just because the way the plant was leaning, because it happened to 2 of them actually. So anyways, just because this one's oddly shaped, I think I might do a couple spears with this one. Let's see. And I'm just going to be careful, of course, not to cut yourself. And get yourself a nice sharp knife. It doesn't need to be perfect, however you like your spears. Going to take them and I'm going to put them on the parchment paper. The reason for this is because you kind of want to flash freeze them first, then you can take them out, put them into a vac seal bag. Now you can date them and everything, but typically you want to wash your zucchini to prep them, pat them dry, make sure they're clean, which I already washed mine. And then, this one did get a little bit big. The seeds are a little bit big in this one. Now they do say that when you get zucchini, typically you actually want to harvest them pretty young versus when they're like the size of baseball bats. Personally, I feel like this size is pretty good. Hold that a little closer so you can kind of see the size of my hand. This one is borderline just a little too big. I can only imagine the seeds are probably going to be pretty big in this one. Just like these. You can see the seeds in here. They're pretty big. And it's just like there's not as much flavor. The best way, if you went on vacation and you had zucchini and they ended up growing to be the size of baseball bats, the best thing you can do is make pizza boats. And I've done it actually in the past quite a few times. I enjoy it. It tastes good. There's that crunch and everything that you just, you want. So, anywho, just going to continue to cut these. Just a couple slices. If you don't want some of the seeds, you can obviously cut some out. Just depends how much of the zucchini has the seeds. this right here looks like plenty for one meal for me and my husband. Well, maybe I'll cut these two. Hold on. Like, I don't mind some seeds, but when they're really big and fat, they're just like, they taste woody. They're not delicious in any way. Okay. So, that was perfect for that one. Now, I am doing this in my dining room. I hate to say it, but my kitchen is extremely tiny, and my kitchen needs a little bit of work done. There's no way I could put a camera in there to film. I mean, I could try, like, whenever, maybe when I'm doing a pickle run, I can, like, try to do some strategic camera placement, but right now, it would not be great. It's a mess in there, and it's tiny. My dining room area is massive, and I have this huge table, so I just thought that it would be perfect to just do some of this right here, this show and tell. Okay, so I don't know how much room I have on this tray, so I think I'm only going to do one more zucchini right now. I think I'm just going to do this one, because I know I actually picked these two more recently. So, I'm going to cut the butt off on both ends. I have enough spears, so I think this one I'm going to do for chunks, like quart it. No special way, just chop it up. You can also put these on skewers. Those would be really good for skewers, which I've also done that. Now, since I have some seeds in this one, I am going to chop the center out a little bit. And another way I like to do my zucchini is on the grill. Like, you can just grill it, flip it. But also, if you want, you can, like, a cleaner way. You could take some tin foil, some olive oil, put your zucchini in there and coat it. Salt, pepper, maybe some garlic powder, a little onion powder, whatever seasonings you like. And then you can also just close the tin foil up and cook it on the grill like that. You have to watch it, though, because sometimes it can get really mushy really quickly. But my parents introduced me to that style, and I actually like it. It's pretty good. Okay, so let's take in the rest of these. I'm just placing them on my parchment paper. Zucchini carry a lot of moisture, so the reason you want to flash freeze it first is because all that moisture is just going to come pouring out. And if you blanch them first, they're going to become soggy in the process. So it's just best just to cut it and then freeze it like this. And then take it out of the freezer, say 2 to 4 hours later, whenever it's like ice cubes. And then you just take it out, put it in your vac seal bag or your freezer container, however you want to preserve it. So, and just to show you what it looks like, I mean, oh, I focus the camera here. There we go. So yeah, so I just did a couple spears. And then I have some quarts, and they cook they cook down a little bit. So, but yeah, that's that. So I'm gonna go put this in the freezer and come back in a couple hours. Okay, I just got off work a little bit ago, and last night it got really late and I got tired. So I just left all of this zucchini in the freezer and said, well, looks like I'll get to it tomorrow. But before I went to bed, I ended up just making a few vac seal bags, labeling it with the date and everything. So I'm just gonna pop a few vac seal and just show you how I store them. That's all. And honestly, this looks like a decent amount. So I'm kind of a weirdo, and I just like to weigh things, so let's see what it would have been as a pound. Oh, just over a pound. Okay, that's kind of nice. Just so I can kind of estimate how much zucchini I think me and my husband are going to eat. to leave a little bit of headspace. Okay, so I'm kind of weird. I like to do it twice. So I actually just open and close it, bring it forward, and I feel better about doing 2 seals in case for some reason like there was just something that didn't end up. So just extra safety, you know. I think this will store up to like 6 to 9 months, roughly. I wouldn't recommend a whole year. I mean, maybe you could do a whole year, but I don't know. Oh, okay, perfect. So this is essentially what it looks like, all vac sealed. And I just did, like I said, little pieces. I just chunked it. Nothing too crazy. 1 down. Oh good, I have more. I was like, did I do all spears? I can't remember. This is great because I went outside and it's been a few days and I ended up seeing that I have like 6 patty pan squash on the vine right now. Like 6 of them, if they all got pollinated, which, I mean, hopefully they did. And then I think I saw 3 zucchinis, maybe 4. So that's going to be a ton of squash, which I'm so excited about. I love vac sealing things. Anything that can make things just last longer is the way to go. And then my husband, he hunts, so we usually get venison too. And I wish I would have recorded this, but I didn't decide to start this channel until many months later. It's been a lot of thought, just because I feel like a lot of people could benefit from some of these videos. I ended up making 3 varieties of deer jerky during the winter time, and it was great. The jerky turned out amazing. I ended up weighing all of it out, and then I ended up freezing half of it, so that way anytime we wanted a bag, we could just pull it right out of the freezer. And like my husband, he works hard, so like little snacks with lots of protein, perfect. That looks perfect. Oh, and heads up, so I ended up learning that if your zucchini sits for like a few days, maybe, I want to say maybe I had some of them sitting in there for like 5 days maybe, but I kept periodically checking them to make sure they were still firm because I didn't want them to go bad, obviously. But I also didn't just want to make video with 1 zucchini, so I wanted a few. So anyways, the whole point of this is I ended up getting all this residue all over my left hand, not my right hand, because I was holding the knife the whole time, but I was holding the zucchini with my left hand, and I ended up getting some weird, like, something residue on my hands. And so I'm scrubbing. My husband has some industrial soap upstairs. That wasn't working. Nothing was working. I had to look it up through ChatGPT, because ChatGPT is like everything. It's terrible. But anyway, so I decided to do that, and it said, like, any household oil should help. So I ended up doing that, and it really did help a lot, but it was pretty crazy. I was like, this is ridiculous. Like, why is this sticking to me? My bad. Oh, that one might not be any good. There's some cat hair on that one. We're not going to put that in the bag. 3 cats is very hard to keep your house completely clean. I really do try, but like, it's just so, it's very difficult. This bag is entirely way too big for this, so I'm just going to cut it a little. And this will just be like a small portion for a night where my husband is just like, nope, don't want any of that. I'm like, okay. Oh, that was really bad, but that works. It's still sealed. So I am going to clean up this mess right now, and I'm actually going to bring down, I told you, I mentioned I had put an order in with a company called 4 Jars. I am not sponsored at all by them. I actually just heard of them, and I decided to be a little reckless for my birthday and just go nuts, and I decided to buy a pressure canner, as I said, and multiple jars. So I thought it might be fun kind of to do an unboxing if you were curious at all about the company. I heard they had pretty good reviews on everything, and I was gonna just stick with like the mason jars, the ball, but no, why not? Let's just try something totally different, because that's my vibe. So okay, I'm gonna go and clean this up, and then I'm going to carry the boxes down, and then I will film that so you guys can check it out. Okay, I want to make sure my head wasn't going to get cut off for this part. Okay, I just literally opened them, but just to save time, and I'm glad I did that because it took me a minute to open these boxes. Okay, so first, I'm going to open up the pressure canner. I'm so excited. I'm okay. Oh no. It's a box in a box. I was trying to save time. Hold on. Okay, I'm back. Well, anyways, I just opened up this box. Okay, here we go. Oh! This is so exciting. Technically, I ended up getting a pressure canner back in North Carolina. And we had it, but I never got to use it. I think we used it to cook crab legs in it once. And we ended up lending it to one of our friends. And then, long story short, we moved, so it's okay, they can keep it. Okay, a note from 4 Jars. You may notice this pressure canner arrived in a Canadian packaging, and we wanted to let you know right away. To make sure our canners are always in stock during the canning season, we source inventory from both US and Canada, which is why some boxes look a little different. That is the only difference. The canner inside is the exact same product, same parts, same safety checks, same quality. Canada and US have the same rules for products like this, so nothing is different. We're glad you're here. Reach out anytime. We've got you. support@4jars.com. Yes, nice little, note. Okay. Passing down the art of canning. Oh, my cats found the box. They sent me a bunch of cute little stuff. I won't ruin the surprise. So whenever you guys... What was that? Oh. Okay, anyways. Get in here. Ooh. That's sturdy. They ended up giving me a canning planner. I think it was like with any purchase. Specifically, I think with the pressure canner, you got like a free canning planner. I don't know if you can see that with the lighting down here. I'm excited to check that out. Oh, let's see. And then I think canning tools came with it. I assume they just give you just some things to help start you out. So that's exciting. I do have some stuff, but I've just never, I don't know anything about it. So your instruction manual, I'll read that later. Okay, let me see. This is 23 quarts if I recall. What's the box say? 23? Okay, well we're just gonna go with this 23. I'm 99% sure that's what it was. Okay. Oh. That was a little heavier than I expected. Okay. I am dropping boxes everywhere. My cats are having a field day, if you can see them right now. Oh my gosh. Okay. I'm just going to do these unwrapping. Oh, okay. So they give you 2 racks, I'm assuming, to help separate your jars and also make sure it's not touching the bottom. Some clips. Okay. That's helpful. I like that. That's all going to come in handy. I'm so excited. Oh, it's so beautiful. Oh. Something tells me good that way. Oh no, I'm hooked. Oh. Oh wait. That tells me you have to put it on sideways first and then slide it. Like, oh. Okay, let me see. This way? Oh, is that how that works? It doesn't, like, connect. I'm gonna have to look up the user manual on this. Okay, well, I'm gonna need my husband for this one. He just might be stronger. Oh, crap, okay. So it's slightly off. I bet you it just slides on now. Oh, wait. It might not. Oh my god, there it is. Okay, so 20 minutes later. Didn't you need my husband's help? This was hilarious for me to actually figure out. I'm terrible with instructions sometimes. Okay, well anyways, here it is. And it literally says it on it, what it is, like 4 jars. So this is so nice. Okay. I can't wait to use this. So, okay. So now that that's done, okay, I just move all this stuff over here too. And the instruction manual that I'm probably gonna need. Okay, I only opened up one of these boxes. I ordered 2 cases of 32-ounce jars. 32-ounce jars? Yes. By the way, it was liters. It said it on the front of the canner. It was 23 liters. And these are 32-ounce jars. Okay. So let's see. 4 jars, home canning guide, introduction, jars, lids, instructions. Love that. I'm assuming this is just, oh nice, they padded this. Oh, this is so nice for packaging. Yeah, I'm definitely not opening the other one. The padding in here is incredible. Got dropped, these all would have been safe. It's wonderful. Okay. Oh, they have like a cute little design. Oh, and I got the wide mouth ones. I just wanted to show you how nice they are. Yeah. Alright, well, there's no need for me to really take these out of this box until needed, and I don't plan on using these until I get a ton of tomatoes. What is it? I have a roasting pan, a pretty big one, except I don't have it here at my house. I lent it to my mother for a holiday some years ago, and I'm going to have to get that back because that is how I'm going to cook my tomato sauce. The roasting pan makes it so easy. You literally just pop everything in there, just let it cook down and come back to it. You can put it on like a low setting, and then once the sauce is cooked down, I can start packaging it. So I'm really looking forward to all that. Okay, well, that is all I have for today. I feel like I really did cover a lot. This unboxing is something I was really looking forward to doing. Obviously, like I said, I have no idea what I'm doing, but ordering all this is a really big step. I'm investing. Until next time, I'll keep you posted on everything. Okay? Bye.